Now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. But Patapon has 4, so it's time to have some fun. Yeah! Time for a Patapon episode in UnderRadar. Patapon is a rhythm game developed and published by Sony for the PlayStation Portable in Japan on December 20th, 2007, and internationally on February 2008. A fun fact, but the title is created from 2 Japanese onomatopoeia, pata for marching and pon for drumming. This is a game that was in the very early life of the PSP and really gave players a unique way to play with some nice visuals along the way. Let's jump into the lore of this interesting world and figure out what role you play in it.
Once upon a time, the Patapon ancients, by the power of the mighty one strong, gave wisdom, courage, strength, and secret juju. The Patapon ancients, guided by great mighty Patapon, ventured to Earthend in search of it. For all the powerful Patapons, no foe was too mighty. No treasure out of reach, and no land unconquerable. The ancients fought bravely in the name of the great mighty Patapon and spawned a legend which lasted generations. But today, Patapons are far from their former glory. If thou hast found, O holy drum, the Patapons shall be your sons. Whether thou hast rhythm or nay, sway thine hips and learn the way. Thine efforts shall bear fruit one day, and Patapons will march and say, Almighty Lord of Patapons, we thank you now for what you've done. Our glory is right back on track. Thank God you signed the Holy Pact.
In Patapon, you'll play as the deity to the Patapon while you bang your drum and lead them to victory in combat, as well as to the holy drum they seek. Patapon will run you about 15 to 40 hours depending on if you want to beat the story or go for the completionist route. And for a rhythm game like this, I'd say this is really generous time to spend on this fun and quirky game. With all that said, let's conduct a uniform inspection on these troops to see if they're really ready for combat. The graphics for Patapon is minimalistic, but very cute and charming for these vicious warriors. There's not much design to them as they're basically walking eyes, but their design does improve with the weapons and armor they'll adorn. The enemies, known as the Zigatons, aren't much different, but the bosses are very charming and titanic in comparison to the Patapon, and the scale between them really gives them that sense of awe. You also have the designs for the drums and the tree, which are also nice, and while the lands are pretty bland in my opinion, they're still nice in that they aren't obnoxious so you can focus on your adventure and battles. Patapon's graphics may not be much, but they are charming and simplistic, and we'll see if the music is the same. Patapon's music is very good. It's very tribal in theme, and I love how this is a rhythm game where you play drums, so you pretty much contribute to the music yourself. I love the music for the village. The stages you fight in, and even the jam session with the giant tree.
This is an extremely well done soundtrack and one that surprised me for a portable game such as this for its time. But being a rhythm game, I shouldn't be surprised now, should I? With all this talk about music, let's close this chapter and talk about the way we'll use music to strike fear into our enemies. The gameplay for Patapon is so simple that you'd think it was pretty mindless, but that's where you'd be wrong. In Patapon, you use your face buttons to activate different drum sounds, while depending on the combination, has you doing things like advancing towards your enemies to attacking them and any other obstacles in your way. It seems simple, but remember this is a rhythm game, so you not only have to do the combination of your choice, but you'll also have to stay on beat and focus while everything else is happening. It's one of those easy to play, hard to master type deals. Well, I have faith you'll pull through and have fun along the way. You'll collect food to nourish your Patapon and weapons and armor to outfit them before battle. Eventually on your travels, you'll meet a legendary hero Patapon who will aid you in combat and give their life for you, which results in you keeping their soul, which you use in Matter, the Tree of Life, to summon different kinds of Patapon to increase your army size. Be sure to stock up on materials and food, as you'll need them in order to summon your new troops. Speaking of materials, if you meet up with the musical prodigy Pan the Patapon, you can have a jam session with the dancing tree Uboban for some tree branches to help you with your journey. Stay on beat and have fun. While the game sometimes feels lacking, there's enough content to keep you satisfied in Patapon. And considering it's a portable game, I personally feel it's decent enough for a game you should be enjoying on the go. Patapon is a cute game, a fun game, and it's a worthwhile portable jam you should consider playing on vacations or even on road trips. I think it would be neat to see Patapon return, maybe even in 3D or something with a more expanded lore and action. Thank you guys so much for another fantastic episode of UnderRadar, and I'll see you on the next one.